ちにもそっちにも噂だらけのモンスターディスコってゴーゴーゴーゴーゴー。
Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another anime review. And today I'm going to share my thoughts on Digimon Ghost Game episode 43, which I thought was the perfect blend of creepy and cute, which may sound a little weird, but you know, the fact that we have the villainous Digimon Aizmon, take a look at him and I'll show you the screenshots in a minute. And then we have Kiyoshiro, Jellymon, and then this new character named Emma, who is a friend of Kiyoshiro's from way back when he was studying abroad. And the cute factor between the three of them, and you know, the shippers are going to be going crazy after this episode. And I do hope that Emma becomes a reoccurring character, although I am doubtful just because, you know, the way the series has gone, how many reoccurring characters are there? I mean, it's the main group. At this point, Espimon's a reoccurring character. There's that other boy who's in school with Hiro, Roly, and Kiyoshiro. I forget his name, but he's appeared in a few episodes. But aside from that, there's no reoccurring characters. But anyway, it starts out pretty creepy with this nameless girl who's on the computer and gets a virus who turns out to be Aizmon and starts manipulating her and also manipulating other people. And you see they start growing eyes all over their body. They're you know, two eyes here turn red. And then you see like they have their arms and the eyes going out of their arms, and it's really creepy shit going on. And you know, I'm pushing 30 here, and I always think like, you know, this show is directed more towards younger kids. I mean, I'm watching it because I'm nostalgic for Digimon and I do enjoy it. And I just think like these kids watching this are probably shitting their pants. so it's pretty crazy because they have towed the line and you know, shown some, you know, creepy ass things, that's for sure. And this definitely goes there. And then it cuts to the main group, and you know, Roly, Kiyoshiro, and Hiro are all on the computer talking, and then Kiyoshiro is having a meltdown, like, "Oh no, Emma's on her way here," and Jellymon's making fun of him, like, "Hee, darling, is that your ex-girlfriend or what?" "Oh no, it's not like that." And they go like meet up, and it shows Emma how she was infected by Aizmon, and she's growing all these eyes on her body, so she's wearing a long jacket and sunglasses and a hat and everything. And they're meeting up in Akihabara, which is like the shop district in Japan or whatever. And you know, they're asking Kiyo why he chose this spot. He said, "Oh, I read it in a Japanese manga. It's my date spot or whatever." And they're all making fun of him. And yet again, Kiyo is showing how based he is with his knowledge of anime and manga and how he's like the weeb character. But you know, Emma gets infected by this thing, and you start seeing like the eyeballs pop out of her, and then Aizmon appears, and they have to do a fight against him, which, you know, Kano Weissmon is the one to eventually defeat him, which I thought was kind of interesting, because looking at the Wikimon article, Aizmon is a champion, although they did say that the more humans he corrupted or whatever, the more power he gained, so I guess that made him more on par for an ultimate. And, you know, you had Tesla, Jellymon, and then Simba and Goromon battling him. And then Gammon was reluctant to Digivolve because in the last episode, we saw Ghost Gammon. So they're going off that again, like, "Oh no, we can't Digivolve, we're afraid." But then he turns into Wezen Gammon and Kano Weissmon, and they defeat Aizmon, and he turns really small, and they put him in this little cage, and Gammon's holding it, like, shaking around, and Aizmon's like, "No, let me go!" and Goromon says, "We can't let this one run around causing more problems." And so they did, you know, he didn't reform himself, and they're going to hold him captive or whatever. And then Emma's back to normal, and she's all happy. And she's going in for a kiss with Kiyoshiro. And it's such a funny scene where she's going in for the kiss, and then Jellymon swoops in and says, "No, darling is mine, off limits." And it shows Hiro, Roly, and Goromon and Gammon watching. And then Roly's blushing. Hiro's holding Gammon's eyes. It was a really cute scene. And I thought it was fun. I do hope we see Emma again, but a fun episode. Definitely towing the line very well between the creepy and cute factor. So let me show you some of the screenshots here. Apparently, Aizmon made its first appearance in the Adventure 2020 anime. And you see him right here. He's an adult that's champion. And here he is in Adventure. They don't have the well, I have screenshots for him, but this is what he looks like in, you know, Adventure 2020. This is the nameless girl who appears early on, who appears to be the first one infected by Aizmon, and then she was opening other programs and infecting other people doing his bidding, and that's her. Like, again, it shows like the creepy ass images, and that's why I question, you know, it doesn't faze me, but as if a younger viewer is watching this, you know, I wonder how they feel, if they're getting freaked out by it or whatever. And like you see like all the eyeballs growing out of their body. It's like, holy shit, man. That's Emma getting infected. And she says to Kyo, he's like oblivious. You're taller. You must do so well with the ladies. And here's, let me see if I can zoom in. This is the date spot in Japanese manga. What kind of manga did you read? and Hero's face. And even Emma, she's like, oh, this fucking weeb. I'm trying to break him out of his shell, and here he is. They give me the date spots that he found in his manga, and you see how she's all covered up. And they do question that because, like, they're in the same time period we're in that it's, you know, late summer, early fall. So they're like, what the hell are you wearing a jacket for? Here's Jellymon. They're all making fun of him. The anime, if I got reincarnated as a university in another world, picking on poor Kyo. And, you know, she's picking on him some more, like, oh, you know, you're so cute, Kyo. You really grew up. And there's Jellymon taunting him. There's Aizvan when he finally reveals himself, starts attacking everybody. He is a creepy looking dude. And, yeah, I mean, I would expect him to be an ultimate, but he is a champion. And like I said, you needed Kano Weissman to Digivolve, and he was the one to save the day. And he turns small, and Gamon puts him in this little cage, like an insect cage, like, you know, shaking him around, like, oh, look at him. You see his eyes glistening. And Gormon says we're going to keep him under surveillance so it doesn't cause any more problems. So I guess they'll give him to Clockmon. And here's the clip. This is so good. Hopefully, yeah, my face is small enough so you can see this. But this is great, man. I thought this was hilarious. It's such a cute moment. You never give up, do you? No sound or anything, but she's going in for the smooch. Look at how they're holding him. And then Jellymon Fox. Jellymon Solid, what are you doing? What are you doing? Darling is mine. Oh, so sweet. There's the gif of that. And then the screenshot. I just thought that one was so good. And then, that means hands off. He's my darling. So you have the shippers, kind of like the furries who are with Renamon going pairing Kyoshiro and Jellymon, which, you know, they're cute. I don't do any of that creepy ass shit, but I think they're a nice pair of Digimon and Tamer. And this is and Gormon blushing too. He's blushing too. Rolly's blushing, and Hero's holding Gamon's eyes. Don't look. You're too young for that. And then they took a selfie at the end. And, yeah, you know, I thought it was a sweet episode. I hope she appears again, but I'm doubtful just because of the episodic nature. And we'll see what happens next. In the next preview, I forget who they said that Digimon was for next week, but SPmon appears again, so it'll be cool to see him and where the story goes there. But overall, as I continue to reiterate, this series is great if you're watching week to week, but as far as binge watching, you're going to have a tough time. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thought in the comments down below, and stay tuned for my review of episode 44 next week, as well as all sorts of other videos and live streams on the channel coming soon. Have a great day, guys.